Charles here. Let's let's talk a little bit about this micro and macro 1.1 unit, which is mostly that basic economic problem. We want to go over the released exam questions to see what they look like, but let's also spend a little bit of time here looking at sort of let's call it a review sheet of the way we need to look at sort of these issues, the different ways they can ask us. They could ask us what the fundamental issue of economics is, and it's always going to be the use of scarce resources. Why do we even study economics? It's due to scarcity, right? Because of scarcity, we have to figure out how to allocate or get these resources, these scarce resources, to where they're needed the most. That's considered allocation, how they get to where they need to go. The reason we have to do that is because we have unlimited wants. That's how we think of people in society, as having unlimited wants. That basic economic problem is always scarcity. Again, they've asked that same question, and then they'll say something like individuals and societies must make choices due to these limited resources and unlimited wants. This phrase right here is super important. When you see it, lots of times you know what kind of question they're asking. They love to ask that sort of form of phrase there, limited resources and unlimited wants. The way we think about it is due to scarcity, society has to make choices. Anytime they make choices, there's got to be an opportunity cost. And we'll talk a little bit about opportunity cost in the next section. But right now, just scarcity, choices. Remember, trade offs are the idea. A trade off is the choice between one thing or another. You have to make a trade off. And then as soon as you do make that choice, there is going to be an opportunity cost because of that choice. So, scarcity, what a surprise. Wants are greater than resources. It could just be a definitional question. People and societies face trade offs because resources are scarce. Can we see how this has been tested quite a bit? They kind of just change the language a little bit to confuse you. People make choices due to limited resources, right? All goods are considered scarce, and if they weren't, they would be either free, there'd be nothing that had to be given up. In essence, there'd be no opportunity cost. I've only seen a couple of these questions ever on unreleased or released exams. So make sure you have some of this written down. You're going to see this again. It's tested just about every year. No way to get away from it. Usually only one question, maybe two at the most, but we're definitely going to see it at least once. Now, let's slide over and let's see if we can see how they've tested this in the past. So in 1990, for micro, problems faced by all economic systems include which of the following? I here one. How to allocate scarce resources among unlimited wants. I like that one a whole bunch. That looks a lot like our problem on how to allocate goods is due to scarce resources. How to decentralize markets. That's to make markets not so controlled from the top, but to give a lot of people more choices in the market to sell or buy. This is a little specific. This isn't our basic problem. Command economies would not want to do this, only market economies, right? So this is not a basic problem faced by all economic systems. How to decide what to produce, how to produce, or for whom to produce? Absolutely, right? This is that allocation of resources. How do we make sure things get to where, and that's how we use an economic system, is to make sure that things get to where they need to go. How to set government production quotas. Now, the market system would not do this, right? It would not set government production quotas. So that implies that it's not faced by all economic systems. So just 1 and 3 looks like the answer there. Easy if you've studied. 2000 micro, right? The basic economic problem of all countries is, of all countries, tax increases and budget deficits, limited resources and unlimited wants. Well, that looks pretty like what we're looking for. Unemployment and inflation, government and private industry, unions and monopoly firms, right? So that basic economic problem we know is scarcity, limited resources, and unlimited wants. It kind of sticks out once you know what you're looking for. The study of economics is primarily concerned by which of the following? Testing of hypotheses under controlled conditions, allocation of scarce resources given unlimited wants. I'm just going to circle it now. The fair and equal treatment of households. Nobody can come up with a definition of fair. The provision of conclusive answers to public policy. Now, these might be true. I mean, the study of economics is concerned with those things, but the problem, the economic primary problem, is scarcity, right? That everything kind of stems from that. So let's move on. 31. Individuals in any society must make choices regarding the types of goods and services to be produced because free markets do not always allocate resources efficiently. That's true. But again, due to scarcity, let's say it again, choices have to be made. When choices are made, there's got to be an opportunity cost, right? Something's given up. Free markets only satisfy the demands of paying customers. Opportunity cost increase as more of a good or services is produced. Definitely true. This is probably could be considered very true too. Resources are scarce and human wants are unlimited. Individuals in any society must make choices due to scarcity, resources being scarce and human wants being unlimited, right? We have to make choices. In which of the following situation is a good not scarce? Consumers give up nothing to obtain more of the good. And we should know, we'll talk more about this later on, but there's a surplus of the good at a positive price. Even if there's a surplus, that doesn't mean that the good is not scarce. Even if the price is very low and I only have to pay $1 for it, that implies that it's still scarce. I have to give up something for it. So this is kind of a definitional thing. Understand that all goods are scarce, right? Anytime you have to give up something for it, it is considered scarce. So the only way something would be not scarce if they give up nothing to obtain more of the good. All right, guys, that was quick and easy, but you should know these and have these, write them down, have them in your brain. Go over them once a month to keep this information fresh in your head so you know what to look for the test. Start now, and then when that exam rolls up in May, it will not be overwhelming. All right, be safe. Take care. Bye.